Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Raids Week 12 Day 1. So we already went over the teams earlier, but we're still going to be messing around with all of that. Messing around with the initial bit of raids. Salty will be going over the 4.1 patch later today, so I don't know exactly when the official date is. I believe it's still like another week or two away, even though they're showing it now. But it is right around the corner. It's a little bit of a smaller patch, but still bringing in a new game mode and stuff like that. And she'll be going in depth on that tomorrow. I mean, tonight, and we'll be going in depth on it tomorrow after she goes over it. And other than that, yeah, we got a new faction this Friday that we're going to be able to get. And this week is definitely really easy to go get 5 stars on Darkstone if you haven't already. Definitely consider it because it is an extra magic. I might be trying that on my lower level account. I'm not fully certain. For an account that new, it might be a little bit hard, but if you already have like 2-star or 3-star Darkstone, you could probably get it to 5-star by the end of this week. There's so many ways to end up getting it up. But anyways, let's start with the basics and go right into, go into raids. This is a raid stream after all. So also, next Guild War is next week, by the way. It's the first and only time ever where it's going to be off by a week. This isn't a regular thing. This is only this 1 week. The whole reason why they're doing this is because they want it to get aligned with the new event that's going to be happening. I don't know exactly where they're shoving it in, but if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be one every week. There's going to be Guild Wars, there's going to be Raid Boss, there's going to be Invasion, and then there's going to be this new 4th one that's going to be coming in very soon. But yeah, there'll basically be 4 of these instead of 3 is, I believe, the way that's going to be rolling. But anyways, let's go into Raid Boss and go from there. But whatever they're doing that just to align it properly. This was the budget team that I went over earlier. If you don't have a Dawnbringer, Mang, Watcher, Umbraxis, who's that new epic that just came in, that's pretty useless, but still it's raid, so you gotta use it. And Corrupt Sorceress just has that backup summon and red, though that is not what we will be using because we have Dawnbringer. So let's go get a Dawnbringer in there. Oh no, the dreaded take forever to load troop menu. Actually, that didn't take too long that time. And of course, we're restricted to Darkstone, which isn't too bad. There's not anything too excessively great in Darkstone, but there's definitely enough selection, that's for sure. There's also like 4 summoners in this kingdom, so if you needed a summoner, it's definitely not a lack of one. And there we go. And I believe I went with the minus green banner earlier, mainly because I need those yellows and I need those reds right there. There we go. So that should be fine. Don't think we need to switch anything else up. So even though we have a -1 on him, we have a +1 on him, so it kind of neutralizes out. Okay, let's go into the next battle. What on earth is that parrot doing in there? That's an annoying thing to have around. But let's just go into it. We have our mana generator, we have some board clear, we have an attack steal, we have barrier, we got pretty much everything. And we got a Valraven, nice. Even better. So we'll take that, grab a good Dawnbringer at it, start chipping it down. Also, we'll have a redeem code in a little bit as well. Salty will also have like a billion of them later as well. Also, I haven't been paying attention. Has Salty started to stream multiple streams, or is she still just doing the one? Like, she said she was going to make like a new player account and it never did. Haha, almost like we did. No, well, we still played on it. Let's see. Yeah, I assume she would have started it by now. She said that almost a month ago by now. Then again, so did we. Let's see, we'll throw it on, bring it down. Well, I actually did start it though. I just haven't been doing it as diligently as I would have hoped. I'll go get another hit down. And I guess we just do the red since there's enough. They'll just die and dead. Also, hello everyone. Didn't even say the hellos. Hello Zeddicus. Hello Marcelo. Hello Chad. Hello Assassin. Oh, Salty streaming in an hour and a half. Hello Dan. Hello Jan. Motown. Gustavo. DeCrail. Logan. Mr. Jesse. William. Analyst. Alex. And Disty. And everyone else. Welcome. Also, apparently we got a pet. So I should probably go do that. Let me see. Do we have this maxed? For whatever reason, this was like our second to last pet we ever got, but I believe we have it maxed. Yes, we do. That's strange, but there we go. Okay, so we don't need to go do that. Let's go back to raids. How far are we in the guild? We're like halfway, kind of. Let's see how our reward's doing. All the way at 5, almost at 6. Well, let's see what we get from the 1 orb. Come on, blue. Blue or purple? Let's see it. Is that a blue or purple? That is not a blue or purple. Though my lower account needs that. I wish we could give that to our other account. It still needs orange orbs pretty badly. I don't know why so many people go so high on this leaderboard. I guess because they're trying to carry their own guild. because some guilds might do it a little bit less or something. Oh, that reminds me, speaking about guilds, I don't think anyone recruited it yet. If anyone's interested, I do have one spot available in my guild. If you can do these requirements, 1 million gold, 300 trophies, 1,500 seals, 30 Guild War battles, doing good in Guild War battles, at least 40,000 points or higher, and, you know, this is tier 3 for everything like raids, invasion, stuff like that. You can just do all that, and the new game mode that's coming in as well. But if you can do all that, we do have one spot available. So if you're interested, let me know. Let's go back to raids. And we actually have more battles than we even started with, if I'm not mistaken, because all the Val Ravens. Also, we are still stuck using Titan for 2 more days. But then for Wednesday, we'll be able to use whatever we want. Then on Thursday, we'll be able to use Death Knight. And then on Friday, obviously, we have to switch back to Titan because it'll be a new faction. They don't really have much attack yet, but now they have extremely no attack. Alright, we'll get Dawnbringer down. I should have probably hit the last guy. Well, I guess it doesn't matter which way we go about it. Let's go hit him. Let's see. What is the fastest, best current Dawnbringer team? It's not normally used for fast. It's normally used for safe because of how much barrier and everything it has. You may notice I don't often use it in PvP. And that's mainly because it's not as good for PvP. It's good for any kind of battle where you're up against really high stats. And I guess Guild Wars. But it's meant for Guild Wars. It's meant for raids. It's meant for invasions. It's meant for basically any sigil-related event. I wouldn't really bother with it much in PvP. Oh, it's also used for arena. But, I don't know, PvP just doesn't get ran in as often. It's because there's normally better weapon choices, like Mountain Crusher and stuff, if you're looking for speed. And in PvP, that's the main thing you should be looking for, is the actual speed at which you can win a battle. And Dawnbringer just doesn't do that well. It can win safely with a really decent win rate, but it does not win quickly, which defeats the purpose of using it there. So really, the team that it gets used in tends to constantly change because the game modes that we're doing each week constantly changes. So there's no set, definite team that you always use with it. You basically just make sure it has enough mana accumulation and make sure it's not blocked too heavily. Especially if you're using it as your main means of protection, which is kind of what we're doing right now, other than our attack reduction. Okay, we'll go take another red. We have no way to tap him at the moment, so I guess we'll take a green surge. No, that's an surge. Take another green. Go get another attack steal. Take a skull for now. And that will bring it down to 0. And we just take yellow over and skull poke it. So hello, Steve, and hello, Strontium Cat. Welcome. You use your... Oh, yeah. You can use Dawnbringer with Giant Team, too. Hero Fire Mantle, Fire Giant, Hero using Dawnbringer, and Queen Hyndla. Wait, is that her name? Why do I feel like I said her name wrong? It's something Hyndla. That one green-blue legend from Stormheim. But yeah, that is one of the instances where you can get away with using Dawnbringer in PvP. I wouldn't really advise that as a main team, though. It's great for a Guild War defense, and it's great to mess around with. But, I don't know, there's quicker options out there. Unless you just didn't have other options. Okay, that was supposed to kill. We're starting to get to the point where that combo doesn't kill anymore, apparently. At least another Dawnbringer cleans it up. And, worst comes to worst, we could just do a second tower, I guess. It's not really going to be that big a deal, especially once Dawnbringer has full mana. It's not blocked at all. We just do this to get all the reds we need. And go from there. So we'll go get another explosion. Hopefully it'll do the 2 damage we need. Perfect hit. Ah! That Ellcarjen. I hate that so much when Ellcarjen does that in raids. But, I mean, in invasions. But now we can do it in raids. That's funny. It's actually one of the first times I'm even bothering to use Ellcarjen in first slot. I did it a lot during the beta. But I haven't actually used it much in the actual live version of the game, oddly enough. The beta, like, before it even was released to the game, I mean. But, yeah, it's not that bad of a troop. The first time I was using it, it was before explosions got nerfed, though. So it was quite a bit better then. But I don't know, it's still pretty decent even with the after the nerf to explosions. Because I did get to try it before and after. It was definitely obviously better before, but I don't know, it still gets the job done after. Being able to explode into attack steal into randomly getting a skull is pretty powerful when it actually lands. What is the quickest overall PvP team? I'll probably be doing a video on that again because it's almost the end of 4.0. So I still haven't done a teams video going over like best teams of a version since a while now, and I haven't done one since the explosion nerf. Even though explosions are still used, but still. So yeah, we'll probably be covering that soon. I actually don't even know what a full list of those would be at the moment because I haven't been doing PvP as much. I'm aware of what a few good ones are. But I'll need to go do some research into that before I actually go do a video. But I do need to go get around to that video soon, because 4.1 is around the corner. Could be any time within the next week for all we know. Could be later than that as well, but it's right around the corner. Okay, we'll get another Dawnbringer at that. I keep forgetting, this guy has silence too. We can utilize that if we really need to. But we haven't really needed to yet, so that's why we haven't. But we will once we reach the later raids. Maybe not today, but on like probably by Wednesday or Thursday we will this week. And then we Dawnbringer it. Sunbird variant against 1 trophies is the best right now. Yeah, alternating between a gold farming team for fire bombs and a 1 trophy team for constant spamming 1 repick on casual PvP. I have been using that method currently, and that still is one of the better methods to use. But normally whenever someone's talking about like a good PvP team, I assume they mean for like leaderboard climbing and stuff like that. Or just for getting 1.9k done quickly. Yeah, lately I haven't been using as much of the meta and more so just what's been fun. Well, I've been using the resource farming metas, but other than that, for like actual PvP, I'm just messing around with stuff I actually like to use lately. So we'll throw that down into Dawnbringer. That needs to not hit us. Luckily, that's enough damage. And he just dies off a random skull. Hey, Dawnbringer actually does something with its little destroy for once. You're on rank 80 on the leaderboard, and this morning you were on 50. Oh yeah, you can go down very quickly because a lot of people are still doing it. It just started, so. And even at 80, you could go all the way down to like 1,000th place or something. I was gonna gain armor gain. The more annoying part is that you create a green storm. Because I actually have -1 green as my banner, among other stuff on it. It's mainly for the +2 yellow, +1 red, obviously. But it does have -green, which makes that annoying. Though it doesn't seem to affect us too much. We'll go get a blue into a brown, or not. Get a bit of red in there. Dugov, what are you doing? That's actually the first time he's gotten us so far this time around. I'm gonna go kill it out because that's gonna be annoying otherwise. We'll let him hit us with a skull right there, that's fine. Ah, it's a free skull because of how it moves. Oh well, we'll hit this on the boss. And even at Mythic, that is not enough to kill it. Oh, also, I do have it Mythic. I did not overspend on gems like I did that one time, like needlessly spending 850 more gems than I needed to. I have no clue why I did that. I completely forgot to use the orb that morning. It was in the morning. But that's the excuse, I guess. But this time I did do it correctly. We only bought up to tier 4, and at tier 4 we then used a single blue orb on it, and that saved us 850 gems for having to max it. It's actually one of the highest savings you can ever get from using a blue orb, so we did finally utilize it this time around. Which I should have done the last time, but just didn't. And he dies off anything. And the only reason I got it max is because Darkstone will reach a really high star number whenever they finally release a what's it called? A hero class and a mythic. Once they add both of those for Darkstone, it is just going to shoot up. Once they add a hero class, it'll shoot up to 9. And once they add a mythic, gosh, it'll shoot up to like 13, 14, 15, I don't even know. Something ridiculously high by the time it actually rolls around. Well, as far as any good 3-trophy team, you need to make sure you have a lot of mana accumulation very quick and a lot of damage very quick. And as far as things that can do that, Alchemist Moneylender into any heavy damage source is still one of the better teams for that. Alternatively, Justice teams are still good, Skull Spam teams, but I haven't been as good in the past. They're kind of relevant because a lot of teams these days have not been running any Skull mitigation. Like, people using Gorgolfa in first slot and stuff like that has died down a lot as of recently. It's very rare to actually see. Most people are using, like, Divine Defense still, I feel like, and a few other kind of teams somewhat similar to that premise that don't really have skull reduction. So just spamming them with Doom Skull spam and stuff like that is still pretty powerful too. Even though they've nerfed Doomstorm like twice now, it's still pretty decent. But yeah, the whole concept of PvP 3 trophy, if you're bothering to farm it, is you don't care at all about your win rate for the most part. Obviously it has to win decently, but it's mainly just about how quickly you can get a battle down and how much damage you can do quickly so that you out-damage the enemy's high damage. And you do it in a way that you don't do it safely because you want to make sure that you just kill it out as quickly as possible before they do anything. Like, you don't need to use barriers normally. You don't need to use anything that will help you survive. You just have to go with pure damage. You have to go with just poor control, mana accumulation, and high damaging abilities. And that's the strategy for 3 trophy. Yagway into Divinia is still really solid, yes. You can still run that. What do we need there? We're gonna move that over. Take a skull and dead. Isn't the next mythic Darkstone? I actually forget. If it is, that doesn't change anything unless they're adding a hero class. We only know up to the next hero class though. But I didn't actually double check. Is the next mythic Darkstone? The answer is hopefully. That'd actually be pretty cool. We just need a hero class then. Where to go? Spoilers. Let's just type in mythic. Actually, I could just look at it based on banner. Yes, you are correct. A blue, green, purple mythic. November 2nd. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. It's coming right before my birthday, but I keep forgetting to actually look at what it does. But yeah. And it is from Darkstone, so that's pretty cool. We still won't have a hero class by then, though, so it being out isn't going to make the star level go any higher. But, yeah, we'll definitely want to make sure we get that, that's for sure. It deals magic +2 damage to all enemies, boosted by ally and enemy daemons, and 3 separate 20% chances to... Oh, I remember that. And 3 20% separate chances to turn a random enemy into a daemon. I actually did read this earlier. It is a very, very weird ability that might actually be good in invasions and stuff like that, depending on what level it actually creates it into. He also ends up getting 2 explosions every single time you get an extra turn, and that's any explosion, not just yellow. So if they deny your yellow, you'll still be able to get it, unlike Titan and other similar hero classes. So, yeah, it's an interesting concept of troop. It's going to be used for its final trait and for its transforms. It has a lot of potential, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to be PvP worthy, but there are locations where it is going to be viable. Also, it's going to be required for Darkstone level 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 possibly by the time a hero class gets released. So it is pretty important to get that hero class. It's the highest star level currently in the game if they ever add a hero class for the kingdom. We know the next hero class isn't, but I don't believe we can see any further than that. So for all we know, 2 hero classes from now could be Darkstone. Or it could be half a year from now. It just depends when it comes around. Hopefully it's not that long, though. If I'm not mistaken, it's the only kingdom that can reach 10-star that is currently stuck at 8-star. Or, you know, 10-star plus. Okay, we'll go take a... I guess let's go for Skull. Oh, he has that ability up. It's not really that big a deal, but still. It's annoying. We do have a summoner as backup for that. And he just kills that out, that's fine. We can either take a Skull or just keep taking mana. And I think we just keep taking mana. Because we just kill them all at once we get Dawnbringer. Doesn't matter if we keep poking it slightly. So we'll take the red because we get more mana out of it. Then we'll just take any of our many options to go take the final bit of mana. I will go take a little Skull. Skull doesn't actually matter, but we get a free turn off it. And now we just need this guy to reach full mana. Easiest way to do that is a Brown Surge. There we go. And he's dead. Yes, the Merfolk faction is coming this Friday. We're getting a brand new faction that's associated with Merlantis. I believe it only raises it by 1 star to 8-star, I believe it is. Well, it can't go beyond 8-star. It doesn't have a hero class yet. So, yeah, 8 stars is the highest it could be raised to. But yeah, I believe it only gains 1 star level because of that. But still, 1 nonetheless is still better than none. Okay, let's go take a blue over. Grab a red sur. Oh, that's not what I need. But let's go poke the final hit. Get that down. Do we take the last of our mana? I guess so. We'll do it off this red thing. And it does indeed land. Not for an extra turn, though. I want this guy to reach full mana just so we can deal with the boss. So I'll take it that way just to guarantee we get full. And let me take that yellow before we do anything. Go throw it out onto the final hit. And down it goes. The 2nd of November is going to be a game-changing content day. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that huge. It's going to be ultra annoying, but it's not going to be efficient for much. It's probably going to be used on a defend a lot, but offensively, I don't know. It depends how it interacts with delves. If it does interact with delves, how Dragon's Eye interacts with delves, then it's going to be pretty strong. But if it doesn't, then it's not going to really be anything. But that's the main purpose it will have, most likely, is for delving. Because if you can just randomly transform 1, 2, or 3 of your enemy team in one single cast into something that's completely useless at any level, that's going to be super effective, to say the least. It'll make it a cakewalk. It wouldn't be as consistent as Dragon's Eye, but the good thing is you can use Dragon's Eye plus that weapon simultaneously. Also, he does an AoE into his ability, and assuming the transforms would go first, which they should, I don't see why they wouldn't, that would mean he would also instant kill every transform he does. So he could potentially instant triple kill in level 500 delve, or any delve for that matter. Which is obviously strong, though it's only a % chance that that would happen. But yeah, we'll see how he goes. He has a lot of potential if he does interact that way. Otherwise, he's just going to be used on Guild War Defense, maybe on one day or something. And that's as far as he would really go, otherwise. Because you would never all use him offensively for anything other than delves. It's just too slow of a troop. Or not necessarily too slow even, but too inconsistent of a troop. And for things like PvP, you normally do want that consistency. Speed and consistency. And you would never use it in Guild Wars because his transform wouldn't count as damage. It's the same reason why Dragon's Eye normally isn't used in Guild Wars. But also because you're up against players, so they're going to have a lot higher stats than if you were to do it in Delves or something. Okay, what do we even need here? I guess we just take a green surge. That's still full mana if it surges, and it does. Trying to get that last little bit of mana. Not going through yet, though, but we'll go to this. There we go, that's what we needed. Do we skull? I don't think we do because we have the Dawnbringer there. So we'll just go to this. He'll take a skull, we'll throw a Dawnbringer, and we'll go from there. Do we take a skull to kill that thing? No. We'll just let him get skull distracted. Give him his barrier back. He'll take a skull. We'll kill it off of this. It should die. There we go. Oh, did we not get to steal his attack because he died? I didn't even realize that. Does he actually explode before he steals? That's weird. I never noticed that until now. Yeah, I believe he gets a kill off his explosion. He actually doesn't get to steal any attack. That or he just had like 0 attack and I just didn't notice. That could also have been the case. And dead. Why is there so many parrots today in raids? It hasn't been an issue yet. There it is again. A lot of actually bird-like things. Oh, I see. They made it all Strixes and other birds. Oh, that's cute. I didn't even realize that theme until just now. I noticed there was a bunch of Strix, but I didn't realize they did it all bird-related. Hey, a bird just got replaced by a bird. Look at that. But that's cute. There we go. And I always liked birds. They're so adorable. We'll go and... can we take a blue to a red? We'll go to that. Didn't get it, though. Go take a red surge. Get a Dawnbringer down. Get a good attack steal. What do we do about those skulls? I guess we just leave them for now. Biggest threat is that guy doing something. Devour Raven. So much so I might go through a disability at it just because that needs to die out. We can't silence it either. We have to directly hit it. Oh, at least we can hit it with skulls now. You know what? I'm just going to wait for a skull. Probably be the best bet at this point. As long as you can't take yellow, it's fine. Oh! There is literally a skull just sitting right there. I didn't see it all the way in the corner. Fail. Well then, that was exactly what we needed. Let's play it safe and just keep trying to find a skull until something else happens. We'll take all the... Oh, actually, let me take the yellow manually, so he doesn't get anything out of it. There's our skull we needed. A little late, but at least he goes down. We get our summoner right there. I think that's the first time I actually needed Corrupt Sorceress to summon. I would have preferred an anointed one, but this thing still has some explosion on it. Or so we can just do that. So he just replaced one explosion for a different explosion. But instead of stealing stats, he just gains a random stat. I think he gained magic there because, wow, that's a lot of magic. Let's go hit him with one shot. Go do whatever. We'll hit him with that, and then anything will kill it. Some reds down to start getting something going. I guess we'll try for that off the top. Didn't get it, though. Take another red. Get a good explosion, or not. He's dead. Can I suggest a recommended team to use for the raid boss? It is Mang using Titan hero class and make sure the brown barrier thing is on, as well as possibly the Enrage. Followed by Watcher, that one yellow-blue for 11 mana cost from Darkstone that heals and has a summon on it. Followed by the raid boss, the counter raid boss thing, this thing. Followed by Corrupt Sorceress. So basically the same thing, except replace hero with Watcher, and replace first slot with hero using Mang as Titan. Alright, that's skull we ignore, because we're just going to gain barrier to protect from the skull. Oh, I should have taken that round first, though. Ah, he got 2 skulls. Oh well, we'll go and hit the boss. Need to go hit the boss again. But I probably shouldn't have threw a Dawnbringer and just double hit the boss. Yep, he killed my summoner for once. That's not good. Now we're stuck without a full team. This is not too big a deal, because all we need to do is get one more hit. This will probably be enough brown right there. Yeah, perfect. Did we take a skull? I think the answer is yes, so we'll do that. We have pretty high enough attack hit, so it's worth it. I'll take another skull because why not? Almost kills it. How much is your reduction? Gosh, 40%. Why did I think it was only 25? But we'll go kill out the boss. We'll let him hit us with a skull. It's not enough to kill, so it's fine. And then we Dawnbringer. Actually, if we already had Dawnbringer, why didn't I just throw that in the first place? Oh well. And one hit will do it. If he wouldn't agile it, that is. At least he has 0 attack now, or almost 0. Pretty much 0. Right now he has 0 everything. Can you explain how Megavore scores in Guild Wars? Armor does not, his armor tier does not count as damage, and his instant kill does not count as damage. His true damage does count as damage, though. That's how he scores in Guild Wars. There's a thing that tracks the total amount of damage you do relative to the enemy, and both his instant kill and his armor tier do not count towards that, as far as my understanding is concerned. So he does sometimes reduce your score, simply because if you take a lot of damage, your amount of damage relative to the enemy is not going to be that high. But as long as you stay relatively protected when you're using a Megavore, you'll still score really high, especially if you win quickly. Because winning quickly is a factor in Guild Wars. I forget if they're revamping that next patch. For whatever reason, I don't believe they are. But they did mention that they're going to be revamping the scoring system of Guild Wars eventually to make it easier to understand. Because right now it's obviously very confusing, even in endgame. So they definitely need to simplify it some. It used to be overly simplified, but then they made it overly complex, which is currently where it's at. We need something in the middle ground. Because the Guild Wars originally was so simple that like half a guild would get max score. It was actually so simple that some guilds, I think, were just kicking literally anyone who didn't get max score because of how easy it was at the time. What do we need? We'll go take that over. He kills out the ellcarjen. That's fine. What's our follow-up, though? I guess we take some browns. Let him have a skull. That's also fine. We'll take that down. Get all the reds we need. That'll kill out the boss. We'll get our Dawnbringer down. Actually, do that first just so we have barrier, just in case. Apparently, it takes a skull out of it, but it's fine. Move that over. Get all the manas that we need. Need to take that last little bit. I guess we'll wait because we can do the red to bleed into the rest of our color. So we get a little bit extra mana out of it. 5 to be exact. Gets another Dawnbringer since he hit us. Not like we're gonna die. Even if it did, it doesn't matter. As long as we win with one single troop, it still counts for full value. What else? I guess we go for another Dawnbringer. I'll take this one though because he might skull bait himself. So we'll do that. Extra turn, skull. Get a good Dawnbringer on that, skull him again, and that is match. Problem though. We'll let's try Skull Distracting because I want him not to do an armor buff. So that actually worked. Good. And we'll Dawnbringer it, and then we just need one Skull. And we have a Summoner. It's actually going to reduce our attack if we do that, though, unless it's anointed one. So that's me actually not do that because I believe it's going to reduce... Oh, well, still, we'll go do it because even though it's reducing it right now, this won't be enough damage anyway. So we'll do that, and now anything kills it. So it doesn't matter that we have a slightly lower attack value. Any way to not give him a Skull? I guess that way is fine. Try for a Skull off the top and dead. Hello, Medieval. Hello, Dragon Ball Z fan. Hello, the G-Man. Welcome, everyone. Oh, we finished almost all the battles already. Or at least all the ones that we currently have. We're getting there. Looks like pretty much everyone did, or not everyone, but several people did like the same strategy. He, I think, went for tier 5, it looks like, though. Anyways, let's go and keep moving up. Probably go for a few more battles, then head to Delves. We should have 2 more days of Delves left, as far as finally maxing out the final one. So today and tomorrow, basically. Oh, also, I didn't put in the title, but yeah, let's actually go to Delves after this battle. Because we keep getting Val Ravens too, which keeps extending it, of course. But I need to go get the new pet, or you know, the last pet, I should say. It's not really new. It was added. Well, it was added in 4.0. It's new enough. But the faction pet for the final faction that we don't have it for is the Hall of Guardians. It's funny. It's the kingdom it's the faction we started in. Yeah, it's the last one we're finishing. But yeah, we get it as long as we win 2 delves or 1 perfect delve, we will end up getting the pet. So, yeah, pretty good chance we get the pet. I gotta be careful, Val Raven can still escape. Definitely don't want that. We'll go get a explosion down. Watcher and Corrupt Sorceress both use brown purple, though. Watcher uses yellow and blue. It is called Watcher, right? It's called something Watcher. I forget its name. But it's the 11 mana cost from Darkstone that uses yellow and blue for 11 mana costs. That summons and heals your team. And both its summons are pretty good. Well, more so the Leech. This is actually one of his summons. Like, literally, this troop right here is one of its 2 summons. The other summon is slightly less useful because it denies your brown. But it's that one thing that hits the 2 weakest enemies and then denies all brown. Which I guess wouldn't be too bad unless you're using a Mang team. And the problem is if you're using a Mang team, that kind of slightly gets in the way. But you have a 50% chance of summoning this really good guy. And ideally, it would do that every time. Of course, it's not going to, but that is optimal. I guess you could just kind of let the other guy die out if it does do the other one. That or just have to deal with it. Because if you're losing your first slot, you probably already lost Mang, so it denying browns probably wouldn't be as big of an impact anymore. But it'd still be annoying. You just need to make sure, I guess, not to set your banner to brown if you do it that way. Like, ours isn't right now, but this is because we're not using Mang. But even if you were using Mang, if you were using the Watcher with it, due to his brown denial, you'd probably want to not end up using it. But, yeah, this little guy. Let me go get his exact name. I just keep calling him Watcher. It's like something Watcher, or Clarion Watcher, or I forget. It has some kind of weird name. Where to go? This guy, the Watcher Mother, or the Watch Mother, close enough. Anyways, but yeah, it gives all other allies a bunch of life, boosted by green gems converted at a 3-to-1, and it converts those green gems into, oh, it's based on, oh wait, never mind, I was thinking of a different, oh no, never mind, yeah, he's fine, I was thinking of his summon, but, yeah, he does a life gain, and it's boosted based on green and skulls that are on the board, and he either summons a ellcarjen Leech or an ellcarjen. The ellcarjen Leech is the really good one that we've been using in first slot. It's this guy. Yeah, he just steals a bunch of attack and does a bunch of explosions. And the just ellcarjen is this thing. This is the annoying one that I was mentioning, the summon-wise. But it deals damage to the 2 weakest and then transforms brown to green, which is slightly annoying when using a Mang team. But if your Mang is in first slot, you don't really need to worry about that. But it'll still deny browns from your Corrupt Sorceress, as well as your Abraxas, which might be annoying. But still, it'll get the damage in. It's mainly going to be used for frontline tank, if nothing else. But yeah, you can just use that Watcher in place of Dawnbringer, and then just put Mang up front. And that would be the alternative, the very cheap alternative. It's really easy to obtain. This you're just going to automatically get from getting sigils. This is ultra rare. This is a rare. And the ellcarjen is an epic, which is actually the highest, but you can get it pretty easily just from... well, you can get it 2 ways. One is, of course, from shards and stuff from the kingdom. from the All-Seeing Eye. But the other way is the event for this kingdom, or for this faction, I mean, is tomorrow. It is in 6 hours and 21 minutes. And I believe it only costs 250 gems, if I'm not mistaken, to guarantee buy one ellcarjen. So, yeah, you'd easily be able to get it if you don't already have it. Our other low-level account even has it, but even if you didn't buy now, you can very, very easily have it tomorrow if you don't already have it now. And all 4 of All-Seeing Eye's troops can be used in raids this week as well. They all count as Darkstone. But anyways, let's go get this Hall of Guardians completed. We have 3 battles. All we have to do is not fail one of them. Let me guess, bullets? No, okay. Oh, it's that other really annoying one, though, that can one-shot us. We ended up changing up our team slightly just because I was getting tired of dying to gargoyles. So we're going with even more entangle on top of the entangle that we already had. Plus we have web. Plus we have the eye. So we have basically everything we need to stay protected. I squeezed the water bottle and it, like, got all in my beard. I should probably go shave it soon. There we go. It was funny, I was eating an ice cream sandwich earlier, and I think my beard ate like a fourth of the sandwich. It almost turned my beard completely white. It was funny. I didn't even notice that at first until it like started dripping. Well, let's go get an eye down. Get a Weaver. What's a replacement for Weaver? Queen Aurora. Also, in this particular team, just a second cockatrice would also be fine. We're not really using Weaver for much other than cleanup, but in this context of this team, we just use Self anymore for cleanup if we really had to. This is mainly just here, I guess, for the web, kind of. But you can use any cleanup troop here. The main concept of this team is Dragon Eye into Cockatrice into Self anymore. That's like 90% of the team. Weaver's just here because it's a good cleanup troop, plus it has web. But there's plenty of alternatives to it that are fine. Pretty much anything. As long as this helps support these other 3 troops, you can put anything there. Sandwich chomper. I finally went to True Entangle team. No, the True Entangle team would be replace out Weaver with Yasmin's Chosen. But that would be too much Entangle. We don't need that much Entangle. We need a lot of Entangle, not that much though. But yeah, if we were to make this into a True Entangle team, we gotta go get a Yasmin in there. It'll cover slightly less color, but it'll have even more Entangle. We're not gonna do that though, there's no point. This already works perfectly. I say that, we're probably gonna die to something. We'll go throw that down. Oh, why must you hit the first 2? Now I can't Weaver him. The struggle of using a Weaver. The one time it can't do anything. So any more would be good right about now. Oh, he died out, but that doesn't actually change anything. Oh yeah, we can entangle them. They have immune to like so many things, but entangle is not one of them. No, don't hit the same thing again. What are you doing? At least we got all of our mana back. And throw an eye down, and then just Weaver to anything. And that's pretty much that. We'll go get a nice disable on it before it gets to do anything, which would have hurt too. It actually would have one-shot us. Good thing we had that. If we didn't have that, we actually would have been in trouble there. Oh, hold up. Got another problem. How did you gain so much mana already? Please surge. Okay, good. It didn't take mana there. That would have been awful. We still didn't get it. Oh, no. Okay, what do we do about this? I think we take Brown and hope we get a skull right there. That didn't happen. Okay, good. It got distracted. That's fine. There we go. That was almost bad. It could have one-shotted anything, it felt like. And dead. I tried clicking it as if it's targetable. Fail. It hits everything. And there we go. Also, as long as we get perfect score here, we already got the pet in the very first battle. So, of course, we're still going to want to do good on the other 2. Though perfect score only really matters on the final one, but we should have it done by tomorrow. This faction, that is. Okay. Also, I might try raising All-Seeing Eye to a little bit higher tomorrow. I'm not fully certain yet. It's going to cost us rewards if I do so, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of hesitant to even bother with it. Because we get almost no reward for trying to risk it, so we'll see. But, yeah, I was thinking of doing, like, maybe 250 with the pure faction team or something. And maybe getting it leveled a little bit more. Because All-Seeing Eye actually can be completed at 500, though it'll take even more attempts than crypts to get it done. Really, you hit I on first slot. You could hit literally anything else, and we could have gotten basically double kill, but it had to go for first slot. Oh well, take a skull, take a skull. Oh, why am I trying to take mass extra turns? We don't need to. We don't have Mega War anymore, so we don't need to take literally every extra turn. That is kind of redundant. We'll do that to get a web on him. We'll do this to go get our browns that we need. Stop hitting us. And we get another entangle on him just in case. And he's dead. I into anything. And there we go. We did it. We finally, after all of this version, almost 4.1 already. But we finally got every, oh, we gained a level as well, nice. We finally got every pet in the game. Again. So we'll go claim the chests. What do we have? Ooh, mythic ingots, nice. But there we go. Let's go and claim our pet. It should be sitting right here. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot about this. If anyone still wants to join the guild, we have one spot left. And we, the one slot that ended up leaving us, they missed out on Catch Us the Bull. We got a mythic earlier. I think this is the 6th mythic we've gotten from legendary tasks over the years. It's very, very rare to get it. I think we get like one every 4 months, it feels like, maybe 3 months, but still we got one. Catch Us the Bull. He's a pretty decent one too. I'd probably almost put him in top 5 these days. He's mainly only used for PvP though, because of how high risk he is in guild wars and stuff like that. But he is pretty high damage. Only real big thing that keeps him from being really good is he has 0 board control whatsoever. But yeah, we got Catch Us the Bull. I already have him, obviously. But we have another one now. But there we go. I'll go grab that. And there's our pet. We got ourselves the final pet in the game. Or at least our final pet, since I haven't gotten it yet. And if we go under troop menu now and go under pets, we now have every single possible pet. If we go under unowned, there should be nothing here, because we have them all, again. And there's gonna be a new one this Friday as well. We're not gonna have that. We're gonna go right back to not having every pet this Friday, but still. For now, we can enjoy having every pet again. Let's go upgrade it. Though that does mean on Friday, or actually soon after Friday, we'll have the little bit of upgrade we need to go and get the next orb. Well, let's go upgrade this little guy. Get it up. Go use food. And there we go. And that's it. Every pet in the game, once again. Let's go get our 5 free gems. And I guess we keep doing those. We still have 2 more. Hey, 2,000 right on the dot. And the rest will just keep giving us more upgrades towards our marionette thing or whatever it's called. What's the middle battle? We're doing pretty good on not getting bullets. This kingdom can definitely, or this faction can definitely troll with getting a lot of bullet delves right in the middle, which blocks out everything. Do you get extra renown for completing all rooms? No. Completing all rooms has 0 effect whatsoever on renown. It's one of the reasons why when we're renown grinding like we are right now, that we're just going straight for the last room. There's 2 reasons for that. One is the more, or a couple of reasons. One is the more rooms you do, the more chances you have to die. Not only because of the higher stats, but just because you could just randomly get trolled by something. That can happen often. And the more battles you do, the more likelier it is to happen, just because you're doing more instances of possible times that you could die. But yeah, you don't gain any additional benefit towards renown for doing every room. And it's also a lot quicker not doing every room, especially once you start getting towards these higher levels. When I do it during faction events like tomorrow, we will do literally every room, because it's worth it for the reward and everything. But in the context of just trying to get your renown up, you pretty much never do every room. Past like 200 or 250 or 300, or probably more towards 250, though it depends on what your stats are. But you basically stop trying to do every room, because the amount of time it takes to do so, it just isn't worth it compared to the reward. And the high risk that you would end up risking by doing so. I'm actually going to drain him here. It'll entangle him too, so we can't do anything. Then we just eye him in anything, and that's match. Any reason you don't use Ubistet in this team? I guess Ubistet would be fine. It's like using Weaver because it has a capability of getting our mana back and keeping it on our turn, whereas Ubistet is always going to end your turn 100% of the time. Whereas Weaver, there's a small chance that it will end up extra turning for us if it ends up getting a kill into a bunch of explosions. Also, it has Web, and Web can help protect us if they're going to use a Gargoyle or something. Entangle's already doing that pretty heavily, but the Web aspect is just a backup just in case, to make sure that it can't ever kill us. Because it still has pretty high damage even without the Web. I think it hits like 100 something, even if you entangle the entire enemy team. Gargoyle is really annoying. It's probably the biggest threat of anything in any faction currently. As you can see right there, we end up getting a free skull. We didn't get extra turn, but we got plenty of mana. Whereas Ubestead doesn't get any kind of board clear, no board control, no nothing. And has a 0% chance to extra turn. Of course, Weaver only does it when you can get a kill, but it's pretty easy to get a kill. It hits the first two with a decent enough true damage. As long as you get an eye on one of them, they'll always die. Why is there no brown? The one thing we need the most of, as well as yellow, and neither of them are anywhere to be seen. There's at least a brown storm, but that's not even helping at the moment. Doesn't seem to be. We got that entangled, so that's nice. So we don't need to worry about too much now. But still need to worry about our mana. There we go. Got the brown we needed. Throw an eye down. Come on, brown storm. Keep doing more browns. There we go. Now it's coming into play. Let's hit one of the more useful ones. Actually, that's pretty useful. Oh no! I got silence. I have nothing to deal with that as well. Okay, I need to let him just hit us with a skull, just so he gets stunned, so he can't re-silence us. So now if I take a skull right here, this will not re-silence, because he is stunned. Alright, I don't need to drain anything at the moment. I think we just keep stalling until something can happen. There we go. Now something can happen. We'll go to that. Oh good, the two biggest threats are dead. And they're in a weird location, but we can kill it with that. I tried to get brown drops, didn't get it, but for whatever reason he just leaves us red, so that's fine. Move that, grab a brown, go from there. Get a good eye on one of those two. Neither of them can really kill us though, all they have is skull damage really. And against this team that is never going to kill us, pretty much. And a smash, we just eye him into anything. And this is indeed anything. There we go. That brings us to 230. Or 2030, I should say. And 12 mythic ingots for that. We're getting a lot of mythic ingots for no reason. I don't mind, though. Well, on to the final one. And that means for tomorrow, assuming we win this, we only have to do 2 more delves, 490 and 500. So that means we have 2 attempts at 500 if we don't get it the first time. Well, the first one and then the second attempt. Okay, let's go and let's move that over. Let's do whatever. Take a blue over. What else? What else? Take a yellow over. Grab ourselves another yellow. Some browns going or something. Get a good eye down. And I guess we'll try browning to brown. Get a weaver in there. And we'll go from there. Get an eye. Another weaver. Get a good disable on first slot. Eye it again. I guess we'll take a red, why not? Grab that, weaver. And I guess we'll do this. For the last little bit of brown we need eye and dead. Oh, Anthony, sure. We can go get you in. If you can do all the requirements and everything. Just let me know what your invite code is, and if you can do the requirements, the 1 million gold and tier 3 and everything, as well as everything else I mentioned earlier. But yeah, there's a spot right now. We still have it. No one has taken it yet. Okay, we'll take our yellow, try getting the yellow drop. Go through this as a disable on... I don't know, do we do it on eggs? I kind of want to do it on first slot just because we haven't entangled yet. So we'll do that. Oh good, that actually landed very, very nicely. Go get a good eye on it. Exactly, hey, transform the egg. That's actually the exact thing we needed. That works. Go get this down. Hopefully get some cascaded brown. Only got a cascaded skull. Oh well. We'll get that. He'll get a bunch of red. Hopefully this will hit first slot. Hey, actually did. Nice. We don't need to worry about that now. Our only big issue with that now is we don't have a weaver location to hit him at. I'll take the brown. Let's see. I guess we just go with a 66% chance. And it does indeed land. And it hits on Dragon Soul, which is good because he probably would have transformed into another baby dragon if it didn't hit him. Luckily, his trait can't trigger if it does it off of transform. And then we just do this into anything. And that's match. $1 million gold PvP. I don't know what the current rate is, but when the firebomb thing was still around, when Greed, before they did the matchmaking nerf like a few weeks ago, it was like 300,000 gold plus per hour that you could do. Now I think it's back down to about 200,000 to 250,000. but it's still relatively high in late game. It can be done in a single day, getting 1,000,000 gold in late game very easily. Earlier on in the game, it's ridiculously difficult, but once you get to, once you basically have Cedric Sparkle Sack and Greed fully traded, and you have like a decent bonus with like Dragon Armor or Death Knight and stuff like that, you get gold pretty quickly. Also, the way that matchmaking works too, once you start getting into like mid to late game matchmaking, it gives a bit more gold. There is a sweet spot at the lower level range where you actually gain the most amount of gold, but overall it's still pretty nice in late game as well. Oops, I could have gotten even more green off of that. Luckily, it's not too big a deal. Do we take a brown to Skull? No, because he'll silence us if we do. So the best bet is to... Oh, that's the only annoying thing about entangling him. If he's entangled and only hits a 0, we will not stun him. Ah, that awkward moment when that's actually a bad mechanic, entangling him. Well, with that being said, let me just re-entangle him. He's already entangled, might as well keep him entangled. Ah, don't do the same one again. I know it's the most annoying threat, but still. It doesn't help speed up the battle. Okay, let me just Sylvania more, kill him, just so we don't have to deal with that. The Yellow Storm's annoying because we don't actually need a lot of yellow. Unless we're going to be disable spamming, but okay, I guess we'll be able to do that some. I didn't even realize, this team does use a lot of yellow, doesn't it? The pure faction for this faction. I never realized that he uses 3. I always thought it was only 2. Oh, he still silenced our first slot because he didn't get stunned earlier. And now I have to play the waiting game because we need to eye him down unless we're going to Weaver him for like 10 hours, which is obviously not going to happen. So we'll just kind of have to play the waiting game now. And just don't accidentally take a skull. Oh, we already got undone. I didn't even notice. Goes for that. We got unsilenced, so we can now eye him again. Please hit first slot. Exactly what we needed. And it's matched. We don't get silenced because he's dead and transformed into a dragon. Well, he's dead because he got transformed. And we just need to try cascading mana. We'll try it with a double crown right here. So unlikely that that would happen, but you never know. It happens. Stranger things have happened. Well, now I just need to keep passing turns until... Oh, whoa, 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 you're not entangled. I almost just gave him a skull. Take a slightly safer move, because he can actually one-shot our hero right now. How do we do this? I am actually going to give it to him, because he can't unentangle the very first turn. And then we just eye him into dead. And that's match. Ooh, you're level 93 and almost got dragon armor. Very nice. Yeah, things get a lot easier after that. Doing treasure hunt would be a good way to close the gap if you have a bunch of maps laying around. Wow, we're getting a lot of ingots. We got the 6 mythic one earlier. Then we got the 12 mythic ingot. And now we got a 12 legendary. Not too bad. And that brings us to a 2060 renown. And yeah, that's pretty nice. That'll be... What will that be by tomorrow? We have 2 more battles, so that's 60 more. So that's going to be 2,120. That one will be 2,100, and this one's still at 2,150. And those 3 will probably be staying like that. I don't think I'm going to be trying pure faction for any of them anytime soon, other than trying to do perfect in crypt, but that's going to be ridiculously hard. I don't know if they're ever going to make changes to make that easier, but it is definitely a bit too difficult at the moment. Oh yeah, that reminds me. What was I upgrading? I was still upgrading this kingdom, if I'm not mistaken, with all my stuff. I still need quite a few copies of things within this faction. Oh, another Lady Marana. That's almost not a bad thing, because if we can get a few more copies of her, we can go and upgrade her and get higher star level for the kingdom. I can't do that right now because I need to keep 4 of them around for when we try doing pure faction. But now we have 7, so if we can get 2 more copies of her, we can ascend her and still have her for pure faction. Plus, she'll have more stats for when we do pure faction as well, which will be helpful. It'll basically give us upgrades without having to spend an absurd amount of gold to go give her upgrades. Oh yeah, the video on treasure map farming is still 100% relevant. The meta for treasure map farming hasn't ever changed. It's been the same literally forever. Actually, if anything, it's even quicker now because there's a repeat button. I think when I first did the video, there wasn't a repeat button on Explore, but since then, it has been added. Actually, speaking of that, it's even a week to go do Explore. Oh, you can also do it in challenges too. But I'm not going to be using the Executioner just because I don't need the extra 40 souls. For how much slower it's going to be, it's just not worth it. So let's put a Forest Guardian in there. Actually, that's not fully true. Let me go replace out... how do you spell Executioner? I actually have no clue. We'll go replace out our hero, because currently we're using Titan. So we'll just do that then. So Sunbird, Forest Guardian, Firebomb, Executioner. And this will give us 40 extra souls, and we'll get quick battles. And dead. Oh, he did not die. Gasp. We'll just go take that into anything. What do we need? What do we need? Get a red. Not a red. Come on. Literally just 6 damage. You can do it. Doesn't matter what it is that does it. Just do it. Let's go do Quick Explorer. Doesn't even get a kill. There we go. I just want to get a few kills in here. Obviously, it's the event objective for the week. Just trying to get some of them done. Really? X-Raider? I didn't even realize Delve Troops could appear in these. Interesting. Could be because it's... Oh! You know why? It's because it's the event for Darkstone. So I think I was right in that then. Pretty sure there's actually definitive data on that somewhere. But the fact that during the week of an event, pretty sure it's more common to find it during Explore. Like right now it's Darkstone week, so you start seeing more Darkstone stuff in Explore. Because I've never seen that thing in Explore prior to literally just now. Oh yeah, Anthony, sorry, what was your code? I didn't see it. But yeah, just give me your invite code and I can go add you. I don't think you posted it yet. You remember finding a Dragon Soul around level 100 and the game changed for the better? Oh yeah, getting Dragon Soul is like auto win throughout the entire game. It easily gets you all the way through early game and mid game. All you do is just build a... What's nice is you can build an early game, mid game, and late game version around Dragon Soul, all of which are really potent and just last throughout the entire game. It's one of the few troops that just automatically carries you to late game pretty much once you get it. It's a really, really vital early game troop to have. It helps you farm souls. It has really high 20 damage instantly to all enemies the second you own it. And it works really good in dragon related teams. Also, most dragon teams are pretty fun. Most dragon teams also have quite a bit of versatility. The only real big issue with dragons is they're not really good against Submerge because most dragons do hit all enemies simultaneously. Not all of them, but most of the better dragons hit all enemies at once. What's the best Doomskull team currently? The exact composition can vary depending on how you want to play the team. But it is basically just Glaceon into Bloodhammer and have some kind of brown mana generator for it, like Apothecary. So you can do something like Hero using a weapon, Glaceon, Apothecary, and Bloodhammer, and go something like that. Anytime a composition similar to that is basically the best Doomskull spam team. I guess technically using Assassin with a team like that would be the absolute best, because it has 10% instant kill on last slot, and you're going to basically get a free kill every single battle, which will speed up the battle by a decent amount. Though the only big issue with that is you'd have to deliberately go out of your way to go use Assassin. But you can use it with pretty much any hero class. Titan would be perfectly fine with it too. Apparently I've got a PvP tier reward. I haven't done like any of those yet. Still need to go do them. Did I do dungeons yet? No, I did not. So let me go do that as well. Just claim our resources. Do we even bother with this team? Let me go use... I still have this one set up. Also, here's a version of a Doomskull team that's not too bad as well. It's more of a Skull, Doomskull kind of team. More so than, like, pure Doomskull. It still gets the job done. So far, this board's being pretty bad, though. Oh, and it just got good. And then it got bad again. He made it good for, like, 1 second. And then it went away. Let's go throw a Great Maul down. Go throw this onto, I guess, anything. Doesn't really matter too much. They're all just similarly weak. And, yeah, we'll get this down. Why not? Somewhere we hit next turn, and it dies one shot to everything. Okay, Anthony, I'll go get you in as soon as we finish out the dungeons. Also, I'll go give out a code then as well. You don't think Raph? You just pulled him too? Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah, you can use Raph in first slot on a Doomskull team. It's pretty good synergy due to its double explosion, triggering all of the other Doomskulls. I personally don't care for it and would sooner use Gorgultha in most instances, just because it can easily backfire. If you miss even one skull spam, or it goes bad, or it looked like you did it incorrectly, or, you know, it looked like you had alignment, but there wasn't actually alignment, he will way too easily die, and that's the only thing I really hate about it. I'm not too huge a fan of using Raph. It's too inconsistent even for PvP. There isn't like a single instance in the game where I bother using him personally. He has the same kind of issue that Doomclaw actually has, in that it's, in theory, really good, but it's too inconsistent to ever be usable in most situations. But no, it is still pretty good with Doom Skulls. That's one of the few instances where you would bring it out. Oh yeah, the original Skull Spam team was really satisfying and really overpowered. It was literally the entirety of the game when it was out. Also, don't forget, you can use all 6 Guardians for Skull Spam as well, if you need like cheaper Skull Spam options. There needs to be a Doom Skull currently on the board, but they can create Doom Skulls. Things like Justice teams and Courage teams. Mainly those two. You can use Loyalty teams too, and maybe Humility teams. But really all 6 of them, I guess, technically, other than Sacrifice. Sacrifice is the only one you couldn't really get away with it. But the other 5 that you get from Guild Chests, all 5 of them can be, well, everything except Justice, can be used for building a Doom Skull team, or a partial Doom Skull team. So even if you don't have any Doom Skull options, you still have at least that as a Doom Skull option. So we'll go get Bloodhammer up. There's so much blue right now, there's no way we're going to miss. And he just auto-dies, basically. Oh, wait. Is that still glitched? Really? You can still actually turn on Doom Skull when you're frozen, as long as the gem you drag is Doom Skull. I thought they fixed that. Apparently not. Maybe we do go use Doom Skulls. I didn't realize they didn't fix that glitch yet. No worries. I said I was going to do it right after I finished Dungeons, and we just finished Dungeons. Let's see. Admin, invite. There you go. If you go check your thing, you should have it now. Welcome to the guild. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Was there anything else we need to go do? Probably. But let me go give out the code first. One moment. Salty will have a bunch more as well. She's also going to be going over the new patch after this, the new game mode and everything. So feel free to ask her a billion questions. And whatever she answers, I'll be allowed to say tomorrow. I already probably know most of what she's going to be going over tomorrow, but obviously at the moment I can't actually disclose most of it. But yeah, after she does, we can easily go and say literally everything she says. So yeah, we'll be going over that tomorrow's stream. Probably first thing tomorrow's stream, or pretty early on in the stream. We'll be going over that in depth, basically every single thing, screenshots, other stuff, and as much as I can show. I can't actually show the beta or anything like that, unfortunately, but I can show screenshots of whatever she ends up showing. So that'll work. What time is she on? She's on in 25 minutes, assuming she starts on time. Oh, oops, I used the code, but I forgot to give it to you guys. I think that's the first time I ever made that mistake fail. I used it, but forgot to give it out. There you guys go. There it is in chat right there. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click on that link that's right over there. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is right over there in chat, right above me, as well as right over to the right over there. And gives the same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. That reminds me, what are our daily tasks right now? Anything relevant? Wow, I really haven't been doing much PvP, have I? No, we haven't done a single one yet today, then. Really? How do we even gain PvP rating, then? Also, that's funny. From our 5 green Guild War day, we actually have 5 of them already there. But, it's only for 3 glory keys. It's not that big a deal. How about the weapon, Soul Trap? Oh, the money weapon? That's not useful. Soul Trap is useless. But I guess if you wanted it for Kingdom upgrades purposes, it could be okay. Or if you wanted it for epic ingots, it does give 10 epic ingots. But yeah, this weapon's not good. All it does is deal damage to an enemy and drains their mana, then gains life if the enemy dies. This is a really ancient weapon. This weapon's like 3 years old, maybe 2.5 years old. It's very, very, very excessively dated. And its perks aren't really anything noteworthy as well. Oh, actually, it does get to create a Doom Skull. Oh, no, sorry, I thought that was Doomstorm. My bad, never mind. Yeah, nothing is relevant on it. But yeah, it's a useless weapon. You would get it for completionist purposes, or if you wanted to get Darkstone upgraded, maybe a little bit easier or something. But it's not good as far as the weapon itself. But then again, you already have plenty of things to go upgrade if you need to go get Darkstone upgraded. So that's not really going to be much of an issue. So, yeah, bottom line, don't get it unless you want to have it just for the sake of having it, because it is useless. It's a trap! Yeah, that's pretty much a trap, yeah. But I don't know, if you want it for completionist purposes, get it. Otherwise, it's useless. That's the only reason you would get it. We are actually one of the only few people that do own every weapon in the game. The current max amount of weapons, I don't know if the chart shows it correctly, but we have the max amount of weapons, 210 out of 210. It shows 211 just because this one is there, but this isn't coming out until next week? I know it doesn't exist currently, but yeah, we own every weapon in the game. This is all the unowned weapons, and that weapon is the only reason it's here is it's not released yet. But yeah, we own all 210 weapons. I think there's a few dozen people that actually do. Just because they haven't bothered adding all the older ones for whatever reason. I hope they do get around to that to eventually, because there's so few people that actually own all of them. Even many late game players don't, because some of the weapons that you need to own everything were released and never added again since like 2 years ago. Like, one of the weapons is the 2016 rocket that was given out on New Year's on 2016. And there's some other really ancient ones as well that are even older than that. What would you like to do for the guild? Wait, what? What would you like me to do first for the guild? Oh, you can do whatever you want. Though make sure you can contribute 1 million gold if you still can this week. That'd be pretty helpful. And other than that, make sure to participate in raids. Just make sure we get it done. We've been able to be good on that for a while. We only missed 2 or 3 raids, I think, ever. That was when we were kind of going through a bit of a transitioning period, but I don't think we missed a single one in the last, like, 2 or 3 months. Are we going to hit exactly 1 million glory? Yeah, we'll hit exactly 1 million when we go for it. It ended up costing me a lot of glory this morning, though. Or, how much was that? Several thousand. Because I had to go max the Executioner in case Darkstone ever gets, finally gets a hero class. Because once it gets a hero class, it's somewhere around power level 13 or 14 or something. Especially after the new mythic that's coming in. But yeah, it's going to reach somewhere like right around there. It's actually, once they add a hero class for this kingdom, it will be the highest power level in the entire game. But unfortunately, they still haven't done it yet. But that's why I maxed Executioner, and that's why I maxed and used an orb earlier this morning on the new epic that came out as well. Just in case that starts creeping up out of nowhere. Like, for all we know, it could be like 3 classes from now or something. But yeah, the second they add that, that's going to be a really big boost to the power level. It's going to skip like immediately all the way to like 14. The second it happens, it's going to be funny. It's probably going to be the biggest star jump we're ever going to see once it happens. Also, hello Vangor, welcome. Oh yeah, the Scorpius is no longer one shot. Or one shot as in you can only cast it once. You can cast it as many times as you want now. They changed that as of the most recent patch. It's not really too relevant of a buff, but it's still a buff nonetheless. Yeah, I ended up doing it to tier 4, and then I just used an orb. It saves 850 gems. I did it to tier 6 last time, but I realized that tier 6 isn't even leaderboard, so I found it to be kind of pointless, especially since my guild normally gets it done with just tier 3s, 4s, and 5s. So I just went with tier 4 this time and just used an orb for it. Save 850 gems. But yeah, I've been trying to save them up just because the new game mode coming next patch will be using probably a lot of them, particularly initially. So I want to make sure I stock up decently just to make sure the guild has gems for it so that we can easily participate in the event and show it properly when it does first come out. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for coming down. Let me just go get a link real quick to Salty's stream. She'll be starting in about 20 minutes or so from now. So let me just go get her link. She will be going over version 4.1. We'll be doing the same tomorrow night. But if you want to see her go over it live, here is the link. And yeah, 4.1, next patch is probably in the next few weeks. No official date has been given, obviously, but very, very soon is when it should be coming. So let me just get the link for you guys. And there you go. There is the link to their stream. If you want to go and watch it, I'll probably be there as well. And go grab a bite to eat real quick before then. But anyways, hope you all have a wonderful night. I will see you all later. Best of luck with everything this week. And yeah, next event is we have several events coming up. We actually have a really packed week this week. We have All Seeing Eye tomorrow, which is actually for Darkstone as well. So that's actually funny that it aligns perfectly that way. I'm pretty sure they planned that. We have the Brown Pet, which some people may have not gotten yet. This is the new 5 from the most recent patch from 4.0. There were 5 new pets that were added. Well, technically 7 if you count the faction pets too. But, you know, 5 is in ones that you could find randomly from a pet gnome, and that is one of them. You can also find them from this event, and there's one of them. Thursday, we have Death Knight. It's a pretty useless hero class, but still, most people don't have it leveled, so it could be a good day to level it. And then all next weekend, we have the faction event for the new faction from Merlantis. And that's everything. Thanks for coming down, everyone. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you all later. And don't forget to use the code. Goodbye, everyone!